everybody. Welcome to this week's What's New in Golf. I feel like we haven't done this in a while with you and I. I'm Jen.
I'm Ken.
And we're back. I'm actually kind of excited because we actually are talking about what's new in golf this week.
Yeah.
And this week we are bringing you some pretty cool stuff. We're bringing you the new Titleist TS1 and TS4 drivers. I almost hit you in the head. That would have kind of ruined this presentation.
Yeah.
So you're a buyer. You're gonna walk us through what these are. Titleist actually has 4 TS drivers. They have the TS1, TS2, TS3, and TS4. That's a lot of TS drivers. So I'm hoping that you can walk us through not only the new TS1, TS4, but kind of tell us what the difference is between all 4 of them and which one would be best for what kind of player. Is that something you can do for us?
It sure is. So the TS2 and TS3 have been out for some time now. As Jen mentioned, the 1 and the 4 have just recently been added.
Last week. I mean, they're brand new.
Brand new, yeah, and we're really excited about it. Titleist has forever been known as kind of the avid golfer's go-to brand, meaning that if you were playing 25 rounds of golf or had a handicap of maybe 10, 15 or below, Titleist was a brand you would kind of gravitate towards. TS1 has blown that all to bits now.
So this new driver is for who?
Everyone.
Wow.
For the very, very first time in Titleist's history, they actually have made a golf club now that can be played for someone. Again, they're still targeting the avid golfer, but if you have a handicap in the 25 to 35 range, they now have a new product that you can actually play, and that's this new TS1. So basically what they have done is they've created a little bit of a new shape, a really high MOI. Now, in previous weeks, we've talked about moment of inertia with golf clubs.
And that's a good thing.
More MOI means more forgiveness. So if in the back of this golf club, you're actually going to see a very large tungsten weight. Tungsten's about 3 to 4 times heavier than titanium. So if I actually put that weight, you would be astonished how heavy that little dial is right there. And the further you can move the weight back in a golf club, the more moment of inertia it has, meaning that when you hit the ball off the heel or toe, the less the golf club twists. So all of the vendors that are building golf clubs for the medium to high handicap players are all trying to get to move that center of gravity way back in the golf club as they can to create a higher trajectory and more forgiveness in it.
So it's going to give you a higher launch when you hit the ball.
Correct. And a little bit more spin for again, low spin out on tour is what they're going for, and we'll get into that with TS3 and 4, but for the average golfer, spin can help you get the ball airborne.
So this is good for everybody.
This is good for everybody. Well, this is good for the medium to high handicap players.
Okay, this is good for me.
Yes. The other big key that they've done on this driver is the overall weight. If I give you the TS1 versus the TS4, you'll see that the one...
This is a lot lighter.
It's a lot lighter.
Like significantly lighter.
That is a 45 gram shaft versus, and again, there's 7 different stock shafts you can get in Titleist, but...
no charge? I mean, I can just...
They're all no charge. You can do any of them. But the overall club weight of the TS1 is much lighter. So again, for the person who has low club head speed or is trying to hit the ball farther, a lighter weight golf club will help them generate a little bit extra club head speed.
So before we go any further, I see this is a 10.5. Can you tell me how many lofts there are in this?
In the TS1, there's 3. There's a 9.5, a 10.5, and a 12.5. Again, as we're talking about golfers who need help, a 12.5 loft actually is going to get that ball airborne. So for seniors, for ladies, for golfers that are just starting, more loft is a help. So again, and then with the adjustable hosel, you can actually go up and down in loft just by adjusting the hosel change too.
And if you're left-handed, it's available in the 10.5.
Yep.
Awesome.
I don't know who would want to be left-handed, but Okay. All right. So sorry. Okay. TS1.
You're kind of insulting me on our Facebook Live. I don't know if we can continue with this.
TS2.
Okay, so this is not a new one.
This is not a new one. But TS2, TS3 came out. So TS2 was their everyman golf club. It's a mid-launch golf club.
I thought this was the Everyman Golf Club.
It was the everyman golf club. So this one is going to now be the person who, for the, again, the aspiring golfer, the golfer who is high handicap, low club head speed. TS1 is the new way to go. TS2 is going to be for that mid everyday golfer. So golfer anywhere from probably a 10 handicap to maybe a 20 handicap, somewhere in there. Again, 7 different shafts with lots of different characteristics on them. This particular one is the new even flow shaft. It's about a 65 gram shaft, but they have shafts all the way down to 50 grams, all the way up to 80 grams available. And again, you'll see from a design standpoint, a little different tungsten weight in the back, but again, very high CG, but it's going to have a little bit lower spin and a little bit lower launch than the TS1 does.
And then, is this one's available in a couple more lofts, right?
Yeah, so that's 8.5, 9.5, 10.5, and 11.5 in that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
And this one also, the TS2 also has fairway woods.
Correct. Yes.
Why doesn't the TS1 have fairway woods?
It doesn't yet.
But we expect them to come.
No one from Titleist has said that, but we might have TS1 fairway woods down the way.
Okay.
So, yes. All right. TS3, again, has been in line for a little while. It's a little bit more pear-shaped. It isn't quite as wide from face to back. And as you can see, Jennifer, and I'll show, is there a tungsten weight in the bottom of that?
No tungsten weight.
Yes. So again, the center of gravity is more forward in this one.
This is the TS2, this is the TS3, so you can see the difference there.
It's not quite as forgiving, but because the weight is forward, it's going to be a little bit lower spinning. The face is a little bit deeper, which is going to bring the trajectory down even a little bit better. So that better player who is trying to reduce the spin and hit that ball farther, the higher club head speed guys, the guys hitting it 110, 115 miles an hour off the driver, this is going to usually hit it farther than the TS2. It is also going to be more workable. So if you are a player that wants to hit the ball left to right or right to left based on the hole you're playing, having the weight forward in the driver is going to allow you to do that a little bit different too.
So and you may have just said this, but Titleist says this is for tuned distance. What does that mean? So
basically that is going to, again, with the weight forward in the golf club a little bit, it's just it's a way of them saying that the workability of the driver is a little higher on it than this. So this is kind of the guy that's just up there praying it's going to be going straight. This is the guy that kind of has an idea on where the ball is going to go and how they want to work that ball and tune it around.
So this is for a little bit better player.
It is. I'd say probably in the 5 to 15 handicap, somewhere in there is probably where the golfer is best suited for it. Now there's exceptions all the time, but if we're talking in really good generalities, that's kind of where the golfer is going to lie there too.
Okay, that sounds good.
All right, and last but not least, we have the new TS4. And this one does have a tungsten weight in the bottom, but where is it, Jennifer?
It's okay, so this is different. This one is closer to the face of the club. This is way different than pretty much all the other clubs that you have shown us lately on our Facebook Lives. This is bringing the moment of inertia closer to the face. So what the heck? This is totally not what you have been recommending to me, the beginning golfer.
Well, this is not your driver. You're going to be the TS1. So again, as the weight goes towards the face, the spin goes down.
A lot.
And the trajectory goes down a lot. So for the golfer, the guys that out on tour are generating...
This is the guy who's spinning a lot.
Exceptional amount of spin off their driver. That, again, when they're having that club head speed that's, upwards of 115, 120 miles an hour, they're putting tons of spin on the ball. They need everything they can do to reduce the spin to maximize their distance. And that's what the new TS4 is going to do. For the really hard swingers, this golf club is going to be the lowest spinning driver that Titleist has ever made.
Is that golfer going to know that they need a driver that's going to lower? Is this for a good player?
Yes.
And they're going to know that.
Now, a golfer, and again, there's exceptions to all the rules. A golfer who actually has a very choppy swing, or is their arc is coming right down on the ball, who is generating an enormous amount of spin off their driver, has a tendency to hit the ball super high, this might be a great option for them because it's going to bring the trajectory down and bring their spin down. So again, there's exceptions to every rule, but for the average consumer, this is only available in 8.5, 9.5, and 10.5, so it's going to be for better players.
That to me is the sign when it's available in the lower lofts. That's how I know it's for a better player.
And again, as we're talking about those 7 different shafts, this is the Tensei, which is one of the lighter weight shafts, but again, we have shafts that go in the 70 to 80 gram that have extremely low torque to them, that are very stiff.
I don't know if I showed this to you guys up close.
So very, and they have a bunch of different extra stiff options for this particular crowd as well, and we have all of those in our Player Performance Studio.
Oh, we didn't talk about the Player Performance Studio. With there being 4 different clubs, and really, I think you've done a great job, Ken. I'd like to compliment you.
I don't get those a lot, so thanks.
On explaining the difference, actually I feel pretty concisely, on the difference between the TS1, TS2, TS3, and TS4. You still are going to want to come out and hit them for yourself. And you can do that at the Hagen Oaks Golf Complex by just coming out here. We have, how many demos?
Dozens.
More than 4.
Yeah.
To try them out on the driving range, free of charge. Just leave your driver's license. But the best way to see which club is best for you would be to get fit in our Player Performance Studio. And you can call our golf concierge at 916-808-2531. These actually make excellent armrests too, by the way. And
again, just there are a lot of options, and I'm just when we're building our online storefront, we look at these.
MortonGolfSales.com.
Yeah, we look at things called trees, meaning that there's all
Left,
the different
right,
options. So again, think about it. Think about it this way: there's 4 different heads, and each one of those heads, there's around 4 different lofts. So that's 16 in each one of theirs.
There's left and right. There's
so that's 28. Then you multiply that out times 7 different shafts and then 4 different flexes. There are hundreds of different options for you to be able to test out here. We have all of them available for you.
Yeah, that would be really hard just to go out on the driving range. And then not only that, but I mean, once you get in, I mean, what is this A1, B2? What even is that?
Again, that allows you to adjust the angle of the face so you can actually make it slightly closed, slightly open, or in some of those cases, you can actually go up and down a half degree or full degree within the framework of the loft. So if you wanted a TS1, but you needed an 11 degree driver, even though they don't make it in a 10.5, with those adjustments on the hosel, you can do that. And so that's the beauty about our Player Performance Studio. You can actually hit them right off of the TrackMan. We can actually have you hit all 4 heads, show you the trajectory, show you the spin, show you the distance in loft and then in rollout, and then when we dial it into the right head, we can actually have you hit all 7 different shafts and actually find the one that's best for you. And we don't get to make the decision. All the numbers prove it out for yourself.
And it's remarkable to me, time and time again, how much your opinion on what you hit something is versus what the numbers show, and how much those kind of.
There's always a surprise.
There's always a surprise. It's not. It's
the
feel isn't necessarily.
Yeah, and I mentioned those 7 different stock shafts that are available. We actually have a few dozen exotic shafts over and above that also. So again, for the players that are playing that TS3, TS4, we have some options that some do have upcharges to them, but we've got some high-end shafts that are available as well.
Are they all priced the same, or are there differences?
In the 7 shafts that are available, they're all uniformly priced.
At $4.99?
At $4.99, and then, but again, some of the exotic shafts, and some of the shafts you can get up in the $200, $300, $400 range up charges. We don't do a lot of those, but they are available for those customers that are interested.
That's excellent. Other than that, leave your comments, leave your questions. We love hearing from you, okay? Thank you, everyone.